Good morning. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Q&A Wednesday. That's right, Q&A Wednesday. And you're going to notice something different about me today. Well, first of all, I'm wearing my glasses again. I don't mind doing it this way, but I really struggle to see the questions and to push the right buttons. I'm 53. My eyes are telling me I'm also sitting down again. Probably need to adjust at some point, but I'll do. But you'll know that I am not wearing a brand zombie shirt. I am not wearing an ad zombie shirt or something themed with zombie. Reason for that, it was very intentional. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I said I am not wearing something that's themed. And I'm doing it based on one of the questions I received yesterday offline. So before I get to that question, if you are getting this live stream right now on Twitter, Periscope, if you're watching it on YouTube, if you're watching it on any one of a few different Facebook channels, now is your chance to jump in with your Q&A questions, your Q&A Wednesday questions. Now is the time. You can text them to me right now at 480-712-4177, 480-712-4177. You can jump on the live stream. I dropped the link in the comments before we went live. Let me show you that link again. And all you got to do is click that link, give the app permission to just show your name, and I'll pull you into the live cast. You just kind of sit in my green room until, did I spell that right? Wednesday. Okay. And you'll sit in the green room until I'm ready to bring you into the live stream. So super cool that you can do that. But, and the last thing, of course, is you can drop it in the comments section. So you're welcome to drop it in comments, and I'll see you and we'll talk then. Okay. So what am I doing today that is different? Today is Q&A Wednesday, and I'm not branded. I am wearing a regular t-shirt, some other company's brand. Sorry, Volcom. I'm wearing your brand today. Free love for you. The question I received after the live stream yesterday was, it was late last night, actually. What do you mean by CANI? And can you give me an example of it? What do you mean by CANI, C-A-N-I? And can you give me an example of it? So CANI, something that I learned at Tony Robbins' Business Mastery. He talks about CANI, constant and never-ending improvement or innovation. People choose to use the word that works for them. I like innovation. Sometimes I use improvement. They're interchangeable for me. But what does that look like? And why did I choose not to wear a zombie-themed shirt today? It's because my brain is broken and I think of things like this. So what I decided to do was not just answer the question, but show you a real-world example of constant and never-ending improvement. So yesterday, I was on a podcast. I was interviewed by a productized startup podcast. It was awesome. Great interview. I'll tell you when it's going to release, and I'm sure I'll get a copy of it, and I'll push it out there as content as well, because I think it's super valuable. Sorry, I did take a hit of my inhaler this morning. My allergies are really bad right now, so I apologize for clearing my throat on the camera. I know it's really loud. So on that podcast interview, one of the questions was about improvement and things you add on, and it was a question that was asked also after the interview. So it was interesting that these both came after the interview, or in the case of the live stream. And so we have been sitting on this for a while, but I'm going to announce this today. One of the things that we are doing to constantly improve and increase value for clients is I've made a decision to bring in a service or add a service to our business that we've not had before. And Robert, I see you there in the green room. I'll get to you in a second. Hang tight. And that is this. Ad Zombies is going to start offering custom product photography as a service, as an add-on, right? It's something you're going to be able to go into the store and get. Now, the service is going to be provided by one of my other companies, Wedgie Media, because that's what they do. For those of you who don't know, I've had a long history of photography. I built a high-end photography company, shot all over the world, and departed that company several years ago, and it was great. I loved it because it fed the creative side of me. And I recognize that there's a need for an affordable service like that today that attaches to or can be separate from copywriting. So what am I going to do? I'm innovating. I'm adding this service offering to the company through my other business. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do it. So starting today is going to be day one. Starting today, I'm going to document the process of building this service, which today has no clients, which today has no revenue, which today has no followers, which today has nothing other than it's a product that we're going to add to the mix, right? So all it has right now is intention, my brain, and my skills. Now, when this thing starts, I am going to be the primary driver of the creative, meaning the first clients, the early adopters, are going to have me as their photographer. Now, why would you want me as your photographer? I have worked with photographers, the likes of Joe McNally from National Geographic. I have shot and had access to world-class fighter jets in photography. I have shot all over the world. I have literally been everywhere, and people have paid me tens of thousands of dollars for the photography work that I've done in the past. So I am more than qualified. And, my wife said, oh, you should bring up samples and show things. And I decided, no, people who know me in that world know me. And I am going to earn this in this world because I want to show you how to improve and innovate and advance your business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start documenting the process of building this service out. We've already started converting the room next door into a studio. I have my eyes on a space that we're going to grow into, and I am going to document the journey of building this from day one today, and so that you can follow the process and understand what it takes to build something and to innovate as we go. Okay, because I think that's super important. Also, one of the things that I said, and I think I wrote it in the post, is why we always think like a day one company. I just wanted to double check that I wrote that because I know I thought it. One of the things I learned from Jeff Bezos, the richest person in the world, and it's remarkable. By the way, go back in my, where do I have that? Do I have that in my podcast somewhere? I'll find it and I'll put the link for it. One of the things that I learned from Jeff Bezos was to always think like a day one company. What does that mean? Day one is always going to happen, but day two is never a guarantee. Day two is uncertain. So you always want to work, hustle, and grind like it's day one. That doesn't mean sleepless nights. That doesn't mean you don't see your loved ones. That doesn't mean you don't eat. It doesn't mean you don't sleep. It means you hustle like it's the first day of your business, and that first day could be the last. So you treat day one as every day being day one. And what that does is that fuels you. It puts you in the right mind frame, the right mindset to continue to build and innovate and grow. And so I'm a builder. Brandon, my business partner, and I had a great conversation this morning as I was driving into the office. He said, you're a builder. That's what you do. You build things. Once you build it, the team takes over running it, right? My job is to be the innovator, the designer, not the implementer. But when I start something, I get dirty. I get in the trenches. I do the work. I get bloody. Well, not bloody, but my hands get cut up. I do the hard work because that's how the process gets built. So I am going to, over the next several weeks, show you how to do this. I'm going to innovate. Robert, I'm going to fix your echo in a second when I bring you live. Do you have your AirPods in? I see that. Thank you. If you have your AirPods in, that should go away. But I'm going to show you how to do this, how I'm doing it, and I'm going to have you follow the process as we do it. And that includes, we're going to add a product in the store. We're going to do the first shoots. We're going to document what that looks like. I am going to walk you through from the beginning, which is today, until this thing is ramped up and generating revenue and is another stream of revenue in the business. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do to show you what CANI is. Constant and never-ending improvement or innovation starts today. All right, here we go. It is Q&A Wednesday. I am open to all of your business questions. I want to talk to you about your business. I want to talk to you about the challenges in your business, and I want to talk to you about what you're doing in your business to innovate. What are you doing to constantly innovate and grow and evolve your business? Robert, good morning and welcome to the show. Oh, Robert, you're muted. Hold on. Can you unmute yourself? I get you.
There we go.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. About 10th cup of coffee, so we're good.
You're what number cup of coffee?
About 10th cup of coffee, so we're good.
Wow. I'm on number 3 and I'm already feeling the effects, but it could be the albuterol that I took right before this. So, well, so first of all, I want to say thanks for jumping in today. It's funny. You messaged me early this morning, so I like to be transparent with my audience because I think that's incredibly important.
You muted yourself. You're muted.
I didn't do anything. The microphone muted itself. That's really odd. Okay, I might have to go back to the other microphone or switch to my AirPods. Robert and I met in last year. We were at a conference together, Brendan Burchard's influencer conference, and I was there, and we just started talking, and we hit it off, which is really, I love that sometimes the right people just kind of find each other at the right time. And Robert and I started talking about his businesses, and we just started having a conversation. And my natural tendency is to, I got an idea, or do this, do that. And so I, in transparency, am working with Robert in a couple of his businesses on the consulting side and helping him kind of look at new ways to think and innovate. And so this morning you shared something with me that you liked, something I did yesterday. And so that's why you said, you're going to jump on this morning. So let's talk a little bit about innovation in your business and what you're doing. And I've talked about one of your businesses before, so let's dive into that a little bit.
Well, as far as innovation, I mean, it's crazy how things happen, because when you and I met, we knew that we needed to streamline the businesses, which coffee shops and daiquiri shops to go. But we wanted to increase profits by being able to provide our customers faster customer service, better service. And now, interestingly, since all this COVID-19 stuff happened, with our businesses, our business has tripled. So one of the things that we're still working on, we're developing new websites for our business that are going to allow us to, you can order online, pay online, and pick up within 10, 15 minutes, and you can skip the line. So it's something that we've been working on since January. It's still not completely ready, but it's a work in progress. But now more than ever, we definitely see a need for it, because we cannot move our lines fast enough. And we're in a unique situation where we're very blessed. Now, that's not to say that all our businesses, some of them have declined 50% in sales. But one thing is that we balance it one with the other, where we're still pouring money into the businesses that are not doing well, as far as with ad zombies, ads and Facebook ads, to promoting them, because we're well, I like to joke with you, sometimes your words don't click right away, and I get it with building brand awareness now. Mm-hmm. And a little bit backstory. Well, the business, we had to change the business name because someone was trying to sue us for copyright infringement, but we took care of that. And part of my hesitation on the brand awareness before, I felt like it was all for nothing, because I knew we were going to change the name. Right. Now you were saying, build your audience, and we did that. But now that we have our name, Boozy Beans Coffee, our website's updated and everything, now I don't know if it's I just didn't buy into it before, but now I feel like, okay, now I need your company, to let's build this brand awareness, not necessarily pushing product. And at the time, I didn't understand what you were telling me. So using all this technology, which, by the way, we're scheduled tomorrow to I have a video conference with Agora Pulse.
Right.
I can't keep up with the social media.
Yep. So it's interesting, and I know you didn't buy into it because and because of the pushback, and it wasn't pushback because you didn't necessarily believe it. You didn't see the value in doing it when you were making a change. But building your audience at any time is good. If Band-Aid decided tomorrow to change the name of Band-Aid, guess what? They already have their audience from Band-Aid, and now they're just launching this new brand, this new product. There's never a bad time to build your audience and your awareness. Now, I love the fact that you've pivoted and it wasn't a painful transition to move from the original name to Boozy Beans. And Boozy Beans to me has really fits the brand of what you're doing. So kind of for context, Boozy Beans is a coffee shop. It's Boozy Beans Coffee, and they offer a line of coffees, right? So you have your breakfast beans. Those are the beans that you would get in the morning. You have baby beans. Those are for when you come in with your kids and you don't want them amped up on coffee. And then for the adults later on in the day, Boozy Beans, which are alcohol-infused coffee drinks, and hence the name Boozy Beans. To be able to pivot the business and quickly switch the name and rebrand and do it right now in the midst of this, for most people, they go, this is nuts, because you had a window of time. You didn't have to do it now, but this was the best time to do it. And people tend to be hesitant to make business changes and business decisions. They tend to drag their feet on them. And I believe in implementing fast and then correcting quickly. So you implement fast, and the things that you get wrong, that you make mistakes on, that you don't get right, you correct very quickly, right? A pilot could take off and turn one direction, and then over the course of time, if they followed just that navigation beacon to where they were going, they would drift, right? So they're constantly making small corrections as they fly. They're constantly changing the navigation just a little bit to stay on course because of wind factors, and right, there are lots of things that move you from your original destination. So if you're constantly adjusting, why not just get up in the sky, right? Get this thing launched and then start making adjustments. And that's what innovation is all about. That's how you grow the business, and you grow it fast, is you're not afraid to put it out there. Now, I want to back up because I know there are people who are going to jump on this and go, what do you mean you don't have a website that you can sell things and buy things? Or you can sell coffee and people can drive through. I want to explain something to small business owners who are in the e-commerce space. For them, this is really common that they could just put up a shop and people could buy stuff. It's a little different on the direct-to-consumer transaction side, where the consumer has to go and pick up a product or pick up a service like pizza. Think about the big pizza chains, right? They have Little Caesars has their pizza portal app, right? It's great for big brands because they have the dollars and the scale to be able to create that customization really easily. And so for those businesses, it's very normal, very typical to see a business have online shopping where the customer then gets their little QR code, they go in, they grab their pizza, and they're out. In this case, you're a smaller business, right? Smaller footprint. You've got multiple locations, but you're still a small business. And so developing that technology, making it talk to your POS system, your point of sale system, having all of those pieces connect takes work. And not every business is set up like that. So for those of you that are watching this, that are in your head going, what does he mean? How can he not have this? It's because the infrastructure of this type of business is different than the infrastructure of an online e-commerce business that all they're doing is fulfilling orders and shipping out, fulfilling orders and shipping out. So I want to make sure people understand the differentiation between what you do and those e-coms that are built for this already.
Well, and another thing too, when we first met, you and I first met, and actually I took my team with me to San Diego. I've always bought into what you said, but going back to your episode from yesterday, being an entrepreneur, it's a very lonely world. And even though I knew you were right about building the brand, even if I knew we were going to change it, in the background, every time we mention the previous name, in my inbox, I'm getting all this negative stuff that, oh, you're stealing or this and that. And that, you're at odds with yourself, because I'm the decision maker at the end of the day. But I knew you were right. And then also going back to this technology, it's also funny that we are streamlining everything from the way we order to have a spoken hub kind of warehousing where we feed our stores. We're going through a growing process, growing pains, but it's like in warp speed. So
Right.
what's happening now is my ambition and goal is always to grow the businesses, but now it's making me focus on, well, yeah, I'm putting the technology out there, but also I need to focus on my team, that I'm ready to grow with the right team.
And I love consulting with you in your businesses and working with you in the businesses, because for me, what I enjoy most is seeing the opportunities and watching you execute on those opportunities. That a lot of times when you're in your own business, you're a little too close to it and you don't see it. And when you're looking outside, or when you have got an outside perspective, you can see things that you go, how did I miss that? Right? I did that yesterday. Daniel Harmon from Harmon Brothers sparked something in me about why didn't we have the hero ad, right? Our hero ad for Ad Zombies. Why didn't we have it on our website? Because sometimes when you're in the ballpark, you can't see what's going on over the fence, right? It's that whole in the trenches versus above. And so even in your own business, you tend to not see the opportunities that are there. And that's why I love this. And remember, Robert, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say it publicly to everybody who sees this over the next lifetime, that this stuff is on the internet. I said something to you on my last call, and I think Erica was there too. And I said the same thing to both of you. Do you remember what I said about, if you don't get value from me, what to do?
Oh, to let you know, or to fire you, actually.
Fire me. I said, if you stop getting value from me in consulting and helping you grow your business and evolve your business, fire me, because that's when it's time for you to move on. And I think that it's really critical that for any business relationship, you need to bring value to the table. I love Gary V's model of 51-49. I always want to bring 51% to your 49. And as soon as I stop doing that, as soon as it flips, that's when you need to find somebody else. In business, as you're growing and evolving, always focus on and stay around people who are doing what you want to do, or doing more than you are already doing, because that's going to push you. And they're the ones who are going to push you ahead. And Robert, I'm not just saying this for you, brother. I'm saying this for everybody. You need to focus on growth and innovation in your business, no matter what the business is, because right now is the time to take advantage. While other companies are contracting, while other companies are not putting money into the advertising ecosystem. I just saw an article this morning on Ad Age. Some of the biggest advertising holding companies, some of the biggest advertising companies lost billions with a B in revenue in Q1 and or going into Q2 now, because of what's going on with COVID. Now is an incredible time for an entrepreneur, for a solopreneur, for a single business, even a multi-location business like you have a couple of them, to really plant your feet, to dig in and to grow. Because when the economy does fully bounce back, you're going to be on top, because you didn't wither away. You didn't pull back. You stayed in the game. And staying in the game now has so much upside potential 6 months, a year from now, that it's well worth it. So I think
one thing, you know this firsthand, is the coffee business. We just got into this in January, and sometimes I guess in business there's no take backseat. So now it's like yes, I know he's right. So let's let's figure out a way, because the time's never gonna timing's never perfect, and. Nope. So yes, and amazingly, everything we're doing as far as social media advertising, it's not a straight up effect that everything's going up, but we're planting the seeds, and it's growing every day. And that's what I like to track, because it would be great to just hit a home run and have things go crazy, but that's not the reality.
When are your baristas doing those little videos that we talked about on our last call? Because those things are going to be epic for your business.
Well, and actually, yes, and that's one of the things that on our next call that we're going to have with you. It's funny because we've been having a lot of different people come into the shop, and we're trying to hire somebody to take care of our social media. Well, the last two people that did that for different reasons, it didn't work out. And amazingly, the manager, she approached Erica and myself and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm willing to step it up." And so, anyways, that we're there's only, you say you don't own a job. You know, you got to be able to delegate. Well, it's kind of tough when you just don't have the right people. But that's what I was going to tell you about, that interesting things are happening. The people that sometimes you least expect are stepping up to the plate. So every day we're increasing our ads. Every day we're getting better ideas and implementing as we go.
Well, and I can't wait when this whole COVID thing ends and we have our next one-to-one face-to-face. I'll be back out there in Texas and we'll do some more of this deep dive stuff together, because I think that has so much value for the team. And I can't wait to see what you've done with Boozy Beans. And I'm just excited for you. And I absolutely enjoy the working relationship we have. I love it. And I appreciate you texting me pictures of the deer in your backyard the other day. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Well, listen, thank you for jumping in, Robert. I look forward to our next conversation, and you take care and keep growing, bro.
Okay. We'll be talking. Take care.
All right. So there you go. Constant, never-ending innovation. That's how you grow a business. You think outside of the box. You push the pedal down and you just go. And a lot of people have this inherent fear of doing something. I'm going to try something right now. I don't know if I'm going to do this or mess it up, but I'm going to try it because I want to show you what I mean by that. So aside from the innovation of adding product photography as a service, as an add-on service, one of the things that's occurred or happened over the course of the last couple of years is there's been a question shift. Initially, when Ad Zombies began, I was asked questions about how to write great copy and how do I write effective headlines and all this stuff. And what happened was, over the years, the questions started to shift from copywriting to the business. And people would ask me questions about how did I grow the business? And, you know, I took a business from 0 to 7 figures like that in less than 700 days. And that became the question. Yes, I can do that for you. I just got a question. Can you post the link? I saw something yesterday about copywriting. Yes, I'm going to post it. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. Let me get that link up for you. If you are looking for yesterday, you might have seen the post about H5, the secret element to great ad headlines. There it is. I posted the link below. You can just tap that link and download it. And it's yours. And it's free. You don't have to do anything. Just email address unlocks it, and there's a video with my pretty face and the H5 formula. Super powerful. You'll get a lot out of it. So the question shifted from how do you write great ads to how did you grow a business so fast? How did you grow a business from 0 to 7 figures as fast as you did? And when I was with Brendan Bouchard back in September, that's when he said it to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're right. You know, he's like, oh, you need to create a course about this. Well, I didn't create a course about this. What happened was, over time, the last couple of years, I've naturally progressed to where business owners are coming to me and saying, hey, I'd love to work with you. Can you help me? Can you consult with me? How did you grow your business? I would like to learn from you. And I started building this other consulting business, and it's Entre Grow, which focuses on helping entrepreneurs and small business owners grow their business. Is it perfect right now? No, we're still working on it. We have one-to-one coaching like I do with clients like Robert. We're starting the group coaching stuff, which people I think can start to sign up for now. The structures are not done. It's incomplete. But a version 1 of something is always better than a version none. And too many people get stuck on perfecting the process versus just building, versus just doing, versus just going. And let me explain this. I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit further because I want to give you context. I think context in this is valuable. And here's what the context is. When I was running Desert Audio, my mobile DJ company, and I had teams of DJs and doing weddings, and, you know, I'd sub out to this and I'd sub out to that. And I always had my camera with me. And I had my camera with me because I saw some really shitty photographers at these weddings who had no idea what they were doing. And so I started taking pictures as the owner of the DJ company. I started taking pictures at these weddings. And at the end of the wedding, I would send a disc, not only with all of the music, the playlists from a client's wedding, but back then they were using discs. Okay, we were using discs. And I would send them a photo album, a digital photo album of all the photos I took and edited. There was no charge. It was a value add. In fact, most of them didn't even know why I had a camera. I had a camera because I was building marketing material for my DJ company, right? Because it's always great to show people at a wedding and an event having fun. What better way to capture fun? I'm not going to ask the wedding photographer to get pictures for me. I'm going to get the pictures for me. So they would get these pictures from me, and lots of brides started commenting, "Oh my God, you took better pictures than my photographer did." And while that was really nice to hear, it also made me realize there was an opportunity in this space. And the opportunity was to spin up yet another business. And so what did I do? Taking all the pictures I had gathered from the hundreds of weddings, I built an online site. I productized, early version of productization, the wedding photography side of things, which, by the way, also did product photography and video and commercial shoots, that another offshoot, and started that business. And the first client that hired us to film, to shoot their wedding, was a destination wedding. So client number one, because of the street cred and reputation I had built, and the website I had built, and the information that was there, and the visuals to support that I knew what I was doing in this industry, client number one was a fully paid destination wedding. I got on a plane, flew to Mexico. It was, I forget where it was. It wasn't in Cabo. It was in Cancun, maybe? It was in Cancun. And my wife, we found someone to babysit. My wife came with me. She had a little mini vacation. I photographed the destination wedding, and the wedding business began. And the next thing you know, I was filming weddings that were $100,000, $200,000, events. And so I built my reputation by doing, and people saw what I was doing because I documented everything along the way. Different level of documentation that I have today. Today, everything is videoed. Today, everything is cut into micro content. Today, everything is about increasing the brand exposure overall and globally. Back then, it was me, myself, and I did everything. Man, I was the chief cook and bottle washer. But you know what? When you build a business that way, when you get your hands dirty, that's how you know the business is working. That's how you know, oh, this works, this doesn't. Versus a team of people telling you this works, this doesn't. So you have to get your hands dirty, get in the business, and just get in the trenches and do it. Once you've established it, then you bring in your support team, then you bring in people. So what I'm going to try to do now, and again, this could be a total train wreck. I don't mind doing this though, is I'm going to take you into, and I've turned the volume down on the phone so it doesn't feedback. I think I'm going to take you in. I say think. Then I'm going to take you into the studio next door, because I want to show you what we're building next door. There we go. Okay, I've got it up, and I'm going to jump in on the live stream. This is going to be so unbelievably cool if I can do it. I'm trying. It's so hard to do this manually while I'm doing it live. I can't. It's so impossible. I'm trying to get on the live stream, inside the live stream while I'm talking to you, and I'm losing my concentration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into there tomorrow. I'm going to take some pictures. I want to show you what we're doing, what we're building next door. And then over the course of the next several weeks, I'm going to document the process of building this additional service, of innovating, of growing the business, growing the brand with this new offering. So that's what I'm going to do. Any other questions? Now is the time to jump on. This is going to be your last call for the day. Robert, great call, by the way. Thank you for doing that. We really want to do Q&A Wednesday. I love this. And I'm double checking my spelling again because I did it without my glasses. So last call for questions. I know Jules, I saw a question from Jules, but it popped away. If you want to get on, now is the time to do it. Easily done. If you want to text your questions, you can text them right now to 480-712. 4177. I hope I did it right. God, otherwise I just gave you somebody else's number. 480-712-4177. I should know that by now. Drop it in the comments, or you can join the conversation live. All you have to do is click the link that I just posted in the comment section, tap that link, and as soon as you tap that link, you can jump into the live stream and join me with your question. If you don't have any other questions, the Bezos article, thank you. I will post the Bezos article. I've got to find it. Oh, here it is. Never mind. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. So if you want to know about what Jeff Bezos taught me in 15 minutes, here is the link right below the live stream. You can jump in there and see what Jeff Bezos taught me in 15 minutes. There's the link to it. You can go there now. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow from an undisclosed location. Tomorrow is going to be a thinking, planning, and business development day. So I will not physically be here. I'm going to be somewhere else, but I will do this. I'll just not be in the same place. I'm going to be on my laptop and my AirPods, but I will be here tomorrow morning, and I hope to answer more questions. I hope to have you guys in, and I don't care if I'm only helping one person a day. I will continue to do this until I run out of things to say, which is probably going to be never. Okay, maybe the 12th of never. Have an amazing day. I will see you Thursday morning, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.